Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and the promised range test of my DIY e-bike. If you have not seen the build or any of my prior videos on this kit, you can check out this link or find the link to the whole playlist in the description of the video. Now that the bike is pretty much in its final state in terms of component arrangement and wiring, I wanted to do a proper range test using throttle only. Yes, I'm not going to be pedaling or helping it in any way, but want to figure out the max range it can carry me if I'm feeling super lazy. Battery is a 14S 4P lithium ion. Build video is either here or you can find it in that playlist. It is 52 volt nominal and in theory 12 amp hour capacity. However, in the real world that capacity is leaning more towards 11 amp hours, but either way remains to be seen how far it will take me. With clothes and backpack, I weigh around 100 kilograms and the terrain is relatively flat with some inclines, so let's see how this is going to go. Since I doubt anybody is willing to watch the ride in real time, I will speed it up a bit. Alright, so I'm at the midpoint of the planned route, and to be honest, the hub is barely, and I mean barely, above ambient temperature, which itself is not very high this morning. It is around 10 to 15 degrees Celsius, maybe, and the temperature of the hub, given that it has been working non-stop for the past hour, is pretty low, which leads me to believe that this thing can easily take another 500 watts at current voltage, or in other words, going from 20 amps now to about 30 should not be a problem at all, though it will require a change of controller to achieve, or to modify the existing one, although, like I've said it before, I hardly see the need for this, as 1000 watts is proving to be more than enough for at least 95% of use cases. As for the controller, there is definitely some heat in the bag, but given that there is no ventilation at all, this is normal. The sun is shining, the bag is black, which helps heat it up, and the controller might have helped with that as well, but overall not too warm, but enough to keep the battery at a good temperature, providing optimal working conditions for minimal voltage sag under load. This will work great in the cold months of the year, keeping the battery warm, assuming you can get the controller to heat up enough. As for the battery, it is sitting at 52 volts right now, which means that the 22 kilometers I've covered so far have removed just over 6 volts from it, which doesn't really tell me much right now, but I had planned for it to be completely empty by now so I can pedal back and get my workout in along with this test, but guess those plans are ruined now. With 10 volts to go before the battery can be considered empty, it is time to head back. Again, pure electric ride, no pedaling. exactly 40 kilometers from start, the controller cut off the battery at around 42 volts, which is perfect for the 14S 52 volt battery. The distance is interesting. 40 kilometers exactly according to the GPS, which is at least twice as much as I thought it would be, which is quite impressive. A lighter rider would go a good deal further because weight is the bane to these electric vehicles as far as my experience goes. The really sad part in all of this is that I only got to pedal for just over 3 kilometers before I got home, and I was hoping for a lot more. But anyway, this result is going to change if there are more inclines along the route or steeper and longer ones, and like already mentioned, rider weight is going to play a big part in that as well. I tried to maintain cruise and max speed around 35 kilometers an hour throughout the whole ride, so that is a pretty good distance result under these conditions, which makes me even happier with this system. Next, I will have to figure out how to test assisted range while pedaling and under what conditions, but for the time being I will just enjoy the bike with the knowledge of what it can do, though I rarely would ride it without pedaling. I got my motorcycles for that. Happy and safe rides to all, and I will see you in the next video.